Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We are all accustomed to overthinking, and we do it a lot, especially if we're stressed about something. We want to understand every detail and piece it together, but you are only stressing yourself out. You are only making your worry worse. And we get to this point where we overthink so much that it becomes a very severe form of overthinking. And a very severe form of overthinking is known as catastrophizing. Catastrophizing is being in the state where you make everything worse than it is. A mountain out of a molehill is just putting it lightly. When you catastrophize, you stress about everything. Everything feels like it's the end of the world. When you overthink so much, you get yourself into a state where you can't relax and you keep thinking, oh, what if, and this is gonna happen and that is gonna happen. And most of the time, it doesn't work out that way. And you see, the thing is, we allow our minds to run away with us, and we don't take control of what is actually real and logical and practical, and what we are making up to stress ourselves out, because we need to look at the reality of the situation. What is more likely going to happen? Don't stress about things that are not likely to happen and things that won't happen, because then you just stressing yourself out up to the point where when you are presented with that stressful situation, you've worked yourself up so much that you cannot deal with the situation without getting very emotional or triggered or stressed out. And it's important that we understand this form of overthinking, because catastrophizing is blowing every little overthought concept and just making it the worst it can possibly be. It's pushing that worry to the extreme, because we are so afraid of uncertainty that it feels easier to expect the worst case scenario or the worst outcome, because we want to prepare ourselves for that, and that's natural. But when you start stressing about it so much that you cannot draw your focus onto anything else, or you cannot relax, then you are catastrophizing, and then you are making the situation worse than it already is or than it ever will be. And the thing is with catastrophizing, it happens when we have a negative thought cycle, when we are used to making up scenarios and worrying and imagining the worst case scenario. Then you get stuck in this cycle of negative thinking where you are constantly worrying, constantly stressing about the worst thing that can happen. And that makes you less able to deal with other stressful situations in the future, because what's going to stop you from catastrophizing that? And then it becomes a whole cycle until you find yourself reacting instead of responding. Catastrophizing is constant overthinking. It's where you overthink up to the point where you stress yourself out so much that you cannot understand where your thought processes are actually coming from. Your thoughts feel very out of control, and you feel like you cannot manage what thoughts pop into your head, and you can't manage which thoughts you engage in. And the thing is with catastrophizing, it causes unmanageable emotions, very intense emotions that are very difficult to regulate. And catastrophizing causes emotional dysregulation, which means you are unable to manage and handle the intensity of your emotions. The thing is with catastrophizing, we feel like it's the end of the world. the worst thing that's going to happen is the end of the world and our whole lives are going to stop and everything is going to crumble and fall apart. And that's the type of thinking that you need to get rid of, because the more you think that, the more difficult it's going to become to deal with situations. The more it's going to feel like everything you touch turns to stone. Don't make things worse than they already are, because you're just putting yourself through the situation twice. It's not the end of the world. Embrace uncertainty and stop worrying so much. You'll be surprised at how far overthinking will take you. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.